welcome to Soul Brothers with my dear friend Eno, live in the flesh, and myself Simon, where it's our job to throw you into the Solana rabbit hole and show you around in our exciting ecosystem.
Our mission is to make sure that you stay on top of the latest and greatest so that you never run out of fun things to talk about. Simon, how are you, my friend?
Not too bad, not too bad.
I always love these in-person recordings, more than any other type of recording that we do. It's much more of a homey feel.
It's a special. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, we are live on, as we always, streaming our recordings as well. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, Twitter, on the podcast, then make sure to check the Mondays, because Mondays are for the pros. We're live streaming, so that's actually the first time you can get the alpha from us if you want to be early. But if you want the polished version that looks a bit nicer than the stream with professional setups and so on, then usually it's better for you to watch this shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
So at Soul Brothers Pod on YouTube, if you're not following, subscribing us yet on YouTube, then make sure to do that, because we are going places,
Yeah.
Soul Brothers is doing quite well, I think.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well. I see that you have a really sexy flash trade hat. I'm really jealous because they didn't have very many of those over in Japan, so you got one. You're one of the few that actually got that hat.
Yep.
But it's a good hat. Yeah.
It's a good hat, and I also I've been rocking the flash trade shirt a lot. Too much actually. It looks like shit now because I wear it like 100 times in the gym. But I like their merch. It's like simple.
Yeah.
And the merch from the shirt had in the back, it had like 1x and then a little long line and then 100x.
Yeah.
So basically showing the range you can trade, and we need an updated version of that now, because now it's 500x. So yeah, shout out to Flash Trade, shout out to SNS, shout out to Solflare, our friends and sponsors of the show. But today we have much more to talk about.
Yeah.
Not just about our friends and sponsors, but we're also going to dive into some current events, as always, because the agenda is packed. We're going to talk a little bit about prices, about where's Solana at right now and where's it going potentially. So that's where we're going to start with. We have some Solana Mobile news. We have some news from DFlow, some infrastructure tech for Solana that we're going to touch on. We're going to check in with the latest and greatest from Solflare, SNS, and Flash Trade, because, for example, Flash Trade just announced something really big that we will talk more and more about in the next weeks. But today we're already doing a small deep dive. And I think we can also now at the beginning of the show talk a little bit about what's going on in the world right now in Solana and Super Team. Yeah. Because there's some events going on. There's some things you might not want to miss if you're part of the Solana ecosystem, or if you want to even break into the Solana ecosystem. Yeah. So yeah.
A little bit of context though, like why are we in Singapore, Simon?
Every year we get together for Token 2049 week, which I don't really give a shit about because no one goes to the conference. Yeah. But I've been there once. It was the tickets are like $1,000 now.
Is it $1,000 to go to Token 2049?
It's like the later tickets are like $1,000.
That's crazy.
And then you go there, you pay $1,000 to look at a bunch of advertisers that paid $50,000 to be there. Yeah. So it's like the only guys that really make money is the organizers. Shout out to the conference. It's a huge lift, right?
And they actually get people to fly in.
100%.
Yeah.
So we have to say I'm really grateful for the thing, because that's why we're all here, right?
Sure.
Totally, yeah, that's true. But if you're doing these conferences, then what you're actually going to do is you want to do some lunch meetings, some coffee meetings, catch up with some friends and business partners, and just hop around some side events because they're much more smaller, curated, and so on. So that's why we're here. That's why it's Singapore. Obviously, yourself are also here because the company you work for, Sanctum, is literally in this office here.
Yes, that's true.
As I just found out.
Yeah.
So we are not only in the Super Team Singapore halls right now, we're also in the Sanctum halls right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel really thankful to the Sanctum team as well as Token 2049. Without which, we wouldn't have much of a reason to be here in Singapore. But yeah, it's always nice to be in this part of the world. How many times have you been to Singapore at this point?
This is my third time.
Third time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Been here 3 times so far. First time I went to Token 2049. Yeah. Second time I went to the side events. That was last year. I went to Breakpoint. That was last year. And this time I'm mainly hopping around the Solana side events as well. How about you?
I will. I've probably been here like 20, 30, 40 times. At
What?
This time. Well, because I lived here.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I lived here when I was working on Legacy.
Right.
And so I'd flown in to Singapore. Maybe Singapore is like an acquired taste for me. At first, I really didn't like it, but it's definitely growing on me now. I still think the food is better in Korea and Japan, and just about everywhere else.
Yeah. I don't really like the Korean barbecues. That's also
It's okay. You don't like Korean food. It's fine.
the problem I have is that they fry everything. It's really hard for me to get. There's good meat, but you really like. Where do I get good meat? I think hot pot maybe. I get like
Barbecue,
meat barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue. Yeah.
So, but I just went. I probably went to the wrong places as well.
Sure.
So it might be a very biased opinion.
All right. Next time we'll take you to just like some meat specific places. I think you'll really enjoy.
You probably know where to go.
Yeah, for me and for me others.
Exactly. So that's what I need. But what would you say is one thing you like about Singapore and one thing you dislike about Singapore? Since we're here.
One thing I really love about Singapore is the people. And I know that's such a cop-out answer and it just kind of feels like, oh my god, it's just like fucking playing to the crowd. But I genuinely mean it. I find Singaporean crypto builders to be amongst the most intelligent, most well thought out, and also some of the hardest workers in the space. And so like I have great respect for Singaporean founders. And I think that Singapore has the most amount of, the highest amount of good projects per capita, which I know is not something that you would like really measure. But if you were to measure like, let's say the quality of your average Singaporean project versus like the quality of your average Korean project, I just feel that the Singaporeans have an edge. One thing I hate, dude, like the value for money here is dog shit. Like I'm paying $20 for what? Like you know what I mean? Like whether it be like a beer or a sandwich or like, yes, I know there are hawker centers, but I'm not gonna eat chicken rice every single day. Okay, like I need variety in my life. Ramen should not cost. Wait, would you be fine eating chicken rice every single day?
No, that's what I do since 10 years.
Okay, well
I'm special.
Yeah, well, I mean, but then you can enjoy meals for $5
exactly.
a piece. Yeah,
I love it here. Like Chinese chicken, or what they call it.
Yeah,
like that's just chicken and rice. It's perfect.
I mean, if I'm trying to eat like, let's say, Korean barbecue or Japanese ramen, it's like, bro, I'm paying like $200 for a meal. That's freaking nuts. But anywho, I do think the value for money. Wow, how much is it? $5? Yeah, it's
Singaporean bucks.
Yeah, which makes it $3 USD. Yeah.
Which is totally fine for a cup of coffee.
Yes,
in Dubai I pay like 6-7 euros.
I also think it's shit coffee, but do you like coffee?
Yeah, coffee is pretty good.
Okay.
They have like a good machine. Like, you don't like it?
I think the coffee here is kind of. But anyways, yeah. So
listen to Soul Brothers if you want to get some chat advice because we're getting around a lot and just trying to share some things. So we heard one thing you like is the people and you dislike the prices.
Prices and the food, yeah.
Gotcha.
Malaysia's better.
The bad combo prices and food because it means like just eating all shit because it's expensive.
It is, yeah.
But there's good places as well, not gonna lie.
Yeah, there
are in every city, right?
Yeah.
Either way, we're not here to talk about Singapore. Only we're here to talk about Solana because we're not the Singapore brothers, we're the Soul Brothers. So let's dive into the charts. Maybe should we?
Yeah, let's go into the coziest part of the podcast. It's Simon's TA. And man, oh man, my neck hurts from all the whiplash this week. It's been
what?
Yeah, I feel like it's been kind of
what did you do? What did your wife do to you? Okay, we're cut that out. We're gonna look at the charts right now. Whiplash because of all the fucking.
Yeah.
It was kind of boring on the beginning of the weekend, but then we saw some price action. So right now Solana is trading at $210. On the 4-hour chart here right now, and we're definitely still in a correction downwards, and it hasn't been. There's no sign that it's over. So I think we could be still on our way down.
Sure.
There's a few things. So right now you see, for example, we touched the moving average, 350-day moving average, not the most significant one, but we saw this line, the yellow line here, being a support before. So now we touched on it again, right here around the $200 level. I think the $200 level is kind of a psychological mark as well. I think a lot of investors are actually, they have this mindset of, okay, once Sol is below 200, I start buying again. It's just like, it's not 205 or 125, it's just 200.
Yeah.
It's a psychological thing. It makes no really sense, there's no really fundamentals behind it. But these psychological levels are actually really, really significant.
Yeah.
There's like trading techniques only based on psychological levels, where you basically wait until Solana hits 200, then you start longing again, you wait until it hits 250, you start shorting again, at least for swing trades and short-term trades. It usually works actually. So we kind of crashed a little bit through 200, we went to 200 or $191, people started buying again. The RSI was highly oversold. We went on an RSI to 17 on the 4-hour chart. Even on the daily chart, which is rarely oversold, we went here to like 30 RSI. And if you look back, these levels are touched only a few times here, right? The last time we touched a level below 30 RSI was on the 25th of February.
Okay.
Right? So since then, we've never been that oversold on the sold chart. And back then, in February, the price was, where was it? It was here at around $130.
Yeah.
So now we reached almost the same oversold level at $190. That tells us that the buying appetite is here. And it also tells us that chances are low that we're going to drop to $130 again. So zooming in a little bit, because you might ask yourself, okay, Stan, that's all great, but what are we doing right now? What's going to happen next? And I wish I know, but what I think is happening is that we're right now, in the best case scenario, we touched on the 0.786 fib level perfectly right here, the last resort for fourth wave correction. If we hold that level right now, we could go up from here in the fifth wave to $280-ish, right? That is realistic, could happen. Is it going to happen in a straight line? I don't think so. I think what is happening right now is an ABC correction to the downside. So this started here on the top. We were in an A wave and we corrected the A wave to the downside. Right now we're in a B wave to the upside, and there might be a C wave to the downside.
Okay.
That could happen as well, and that will bring us in a bit more dangerous territory. The 1, 2, 3, 4 setup might be invalidated, but we could still find support latest on this yellow support line that we touched quite a few times already in the past.
Sure.
And we could go up from there. So there's a bit of a warning, I would say, right now, because people might think, okay, we're pumping again. Let's see. As long as we're staying here around the, let's actually see where we could find support here for this B wave correction. I think we have to reverse the fips, but we're gonna be, like 222 maybe, could be even a level where we see support. And then we could find our way down again from there as well, right? Yeah. Maybe a little bit earlier. Usually these B wave corrections, they don't go deep into corrective. Like the higher we go, the lower are the chances that we're actually going down again.
Sure.
So if we return somewhere here between 211, 214, 222, and we find a way down again, then we might correct lower. If we crush through this resistance level here, I think the path is open to higher.
Sure.
So in the short term, that's what Solana looks like right now. I still believe, and I'm going to say it probably every single week now, that we're going to see more upside momentum in Q4.
Okay.
That's the deal. What are you thinking? Are you comfortable with this analysis? Do you feel we're on the right way here with Solana? Do you feel confused about price action right now? If you imagine you'd be a trader, I don't know.
Q4 feels a little soon to me. I almost feel like 2026 is where we're going to see.
It can be so quick.
It can.
I mean, you know how these crypto sometimes this last pump here from $200, 190 to 250, that was 5 days.
Yeah, that's true.
$50.
That's true. It happens. With all the DAT frothiness at that time, that was kind of exactly the period.
Think about it. We saw this big pump,
yeah,
right? And people got a bit too greedy. They opened the lungs. They all got tucked down on the way down. Sorry for my English, but they all got liquidated on the way down.
No, I like that they all got fucked on the way down.
And then from there now, since we grabbed some new liquidity and the big buyers are now back in the market, and the people are now, for them it's a chance to buy in again. We all think the same thing right now. We're all thinking, okay, how long is it going to reverse? How much can I accumulate now in this retracement?
Yeah.
To then wait until it pumps again. So people are accumulating. So I agree that Q4 doesn't have to be the quarter where Solana will print a new all-time high. But I think there will be some violent moves to the upside.
Okay. Well, we shall see.
No financial advice.
Yeah, not NFA.
Exactly, NFA. We're not, we don't have the magic ball here. We can just look at the prices, the markets, and some TA. That is all magic we can do.
Yeah. Cool. So we got some other things that we want to cover in the Solana sphere, and I think it makes a lot of sense, especially since we're talking about since we're here in Singapore, that we talk about all the beautiful work. In fact, we're in an office called Steam House. What is? Did you know that? Oh, the name of this office is called Steam House. And Steam, I have no idea why they call it Steam House. Okay. But it's where both the Sanctum team as well as Super Team SG work out of. there's a program here. So what's the program, Simon? I'm looking at this tweet by Super Team Singapore. What's this program all about?
So Super Team Singapore has been organizing the Ignition program already for 3 consecutive times, and now we're in Ignition program number 4. And the Ignition program is, you can imagine it as if you're into startups and in the entrepreneurship realm, then you can imagine it as an accelerator. I don't know if Nick and Kimmy, the leads from Super Team Singapore here, are going to like the term accelerator for it, but that's how it feels like to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's how most people will understand what it is, right? So you start with a very early stage idea on Solana, you want to build something here, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do. You knock on the door of Super Team Singapore, you tell them, guys, I wanna make this idea really help me. And they'll help you. They will, Super Team Singapore will basically give you even office space, they will give you advice, they will give you workshops, they connect you with the right people, because that's exactly what Super Teams do all around the world. This program here is just the name is Ignition Week, which is right now. So now it's kind of the finale of the Ignition program right now. And today, what are we today? We're on the 29th of September, we have the demo day, where the startups that have been going through the program will pitch to investors, to VCs that are right now here anyway for Token 2049, so the timing is perfect. It's kind of a side event, people could apply on it, they will sit down there, check out the pitches and maybe write some checks.
Tell me what event was here yesterday, because I actually had I just flew in last night.
Yeah.
So I had no idea what was going on for Startup Village. And then I just see you in the Steam House office. I'm like, what the fuck, Simon was here?
It was kind of spontaneous for me as well, because it was not a hugely advertised event, I think.
Yeah.
It was literally just called Sunday Talks with Cash.
Yeah.
So they just flew in Cash from Jupiter to the office here, and he was giving a little speech.
Sure.
On it was just a Q&A really, it was not even a speech.
Sure.
He came in and he was like, guys, I'm utterly unprepared. Ask me questions,
Yeah.
I will answer them. And there were a bunch of people here, a lot of builders already last night, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much what went down yesterday, and today is the demo day for Ignition Week. And Super Team Singapore is organizing a bunch of other events this week as well.
Yeah, right. So shout out to Kimmy and to Nick, the whole team here.
Yeah.
They do such a wonderful job preparing these events. And we love Super Team Singapore.
We do. We also love Super Team Balkan, because Super Team Balkan is also doing something similar, which is the Belgrade build station. So real quick as well, end of this month, it's going to start around the 25th or something. That's bullshit. Next month, sorry, the 25th is done. October 25th or something, there's Super Team Balkan build station in Belgrade, which is a similar program.
Is it timed right before Forma Georgia, or is that
pretty much?
Okay,
but I don't think it's really correlated a lot. They timed it more with the hackathon.
I see.
With the Cypherpunk hackathon for Colosseum.
But it makes a lot of sense to come check out Europe during that time, because what you can do is a hop and a skip over to Belgrade first. First Belgrade, right? For the Super Team Balkan build station. And then you can go over to Forma in Georgia. And we talk about Farhaj all the fucking time because we love him. He's an amazing human being. And he does great fucking events. We have a friend, BM, and he brings a significant other to Forma events as well. Yeah. And she will not stop raving at how well that program is. Yeah, because she's like, Farhaj is like one of the only people in the space that gives a shit about plus ones. Because Farhaj also has his lady friend, and so there's a lot of care and love and attention that goes into those things.
Cool. I love that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to check it out this time.
Yes,
because I'm gonna be in Europe anyway. Yeah. So Belgrade gonna help out the Super Team Balkan guys. Most likely they just talked about it yesterday. And then we have the Forma in Georgia, which is also not too far from Eastern Europe. Next up,
we have some amendments for S1s for spot ETFs, and so these amendments are for Franklin, Fidelity, CoinShares, Bitwise, Grayscale, Vanik, and Canary, and the prediction by Mr. Great Gerassi is these will be approved within the next 2 weeks, which seems pretty. I don't know where. He's the president of Nova DS Wealth, co-founder of the ETF Institute. Yeah, it seems like a guy who knows what he's talking about.
The ETF Institute sounds like something that knows shit about ETFs.
Yeah, I was a little skeptical because I was all like, who is this guy? Why would he feel like he knows. But yeah, spot Sol.
Nate, if you listen to this, sorry for no disrespect. We just didn't know.
Yeah, we don't know who you are. I'm sorry, man. But
thanks for letting us know and informing us about this, because this is huge. I think we're getting there. I think people are forgetting that ETFs are not there yet.
Yeah,
spot ETFs. They're still in filing status really, and the amendments number 4 now from the SEC are always a sign that it's coming. It's basically a done deal. They would never come back with an amendment and be like, you need to change this and that and that, if they didn't want this to push, you know what I mean? So what they did in the past with Bitcoin ETF at the beginning, for example, they just ignored it for a while, back when Gensler was, giving us shit. So he basically said, that's not going to happen anyway, so let's not worry about it.
Yeah.
So there was no amendments, no corrections, nothing, right? But as soon as, they were a bit more friendly, they started to, it's going to happen anyway at some point, so let's start working on it, make some amendments and make suggestions. So amendment number 4 is probably potentially, as Nate is stating here, the last one, before the actual filing for the S1 that gets passed, not only for Grayscale, but for all these names.
Yeah.
So that aligns pretty much with October,
Yeah. So we talk about this quite a bit, but people's minds change or their thinking develops. I'm wondering where your head is at vis-a-vis digital asset treasuries versus ETFs as institutional vehicles for investment.
I mean, it's really, in my opinion, it's really retail versus institutions because most of these DATs are institutional plays. So you wanna correct me if I'm wrong, but you wanna knock on doors of institutions, right, of larger players, of wealth, make them acquire assets from your DAT, and this is how they accumulate SOL. And also, they're a little bit differently structured, right? They have like their whole business purpose is to increase SOL per share.
Yes.
So that's all they do, really. While the ETF is just an index, it's just, it is kind of more passive.
Yeah.
It's just you chip in and it gives you SOL exposure, right? But there's no management board, there's no directors that are fucking pushing for more SOL per share.
Yeah.
So I would say the DATs are just a bit more an institutional play when it comes to, who do we target with this, which is great for Solana because it's new for the industry overall. And then secondly, it's a bit more aggressive, a bit more outgoing when it comes to acquiring SOL. But ETF is just a pure retail play on, we open the floodgates.
Yeah.
Now all the financial advisors, all the 401ks can chip into Solana, which is equally important and huge when it comes to distribution for SOL.
Would you almost consider a digital asset treasury like SSST, STSS Sharps technology as almost like a leveraged SOL bet, whereas like an ETF is more of kind of like access to the pure asset itself? Like Nam had talked about this, I think, on the last time that we had.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that is probably a good way to frame it. You will also see quite some downside in the DAT play.
Yeah.
Usually, like right now, the shares of most of these DATs are pretty much underwater since SOL dropped a lot, since they started to acquire more SOL. So yeah, I think it's pretty bullish overall what's happening here with ETFs, with DATs coming into the play, and so on. And we haven't even started yet, since the ETFs are not out yet, and the DATs are just getting started. So yeah, I'm trying not to be perma-bull here, and I'm trying to be a bit more slow. I just can't, with all these news out there. Yeah. I'm gonna stay bullish.
Well, I mean, it's safe to say that regardless of how you're trying to get your SOL exposure, there's just a million ways to do it now.
Yeah.
And so the next thing that we want to cover is the Solana Mobile developer grants. We have, $10,000 in builder grants, that will be available for folks that want to build on Solana Mobile. This is going to be running in conjunction with the Coliseum Cypherpunk hackathon. So yeah, the up to 10 teams. Up to 10 teams will receive 10K builder grants. So it's not even like a $10,000 prize pool. Yeah, it's 10K per team. Okay.
You can get 10K per team. They have 10 tickets that they will allocate.
Wow.
You can apply to it, and it's basically a track from the Coliseum Cypherpunk.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. So I think Solana's pushing a lot for mobile.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Yeah. I mean, like it's. I really like the Seeker in the sense that it pushes Solana developers to move faster than other ecosystems. And like, what I mean by this is that there's nobody, like it's so obvious to anybody who's ever built in Web2 that like mobile is the play, right? Like why spend all this time building a fancy website? I mean, well, you can do that, but you need to optimize it for mobile. Just as much, if not more, than desktop. Because who the fuck what? Like, I mean, yes, we visit websites, but like most often, like on our phones. And so, yeah, the crypto experience is just kind of built for mobile, and so it's interesting to see the chain like pushing slightly for it.
Yeah, I just I remember a post from Mert from like last week or something where he was talking about perp dexes, where they go right now, and he basically said in his opinion mobile is the way. Like mobile is going to be the next big thing for apps and especially for perp dexes because most people are actually trading on their phones. Yeah, it's interesting. Like they do TA on the desktop and they look at the charts on the desktop, but then they take their phone and execute the orders on the phone. So and you want to optimize for that as a DEX, a perpetual DEX, because most of them are still a bit wonky here and there if you just open them in Solflare. As in the browser, right? So you can definitely do that already, but I think if you are a perp DEX right now, you want to offer a native app on the Seeker. That's going to be the best experience.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the next piece of news that we have in the ecosystem, so DFlow is different now. DFlow has gone through a couple of different iterations, but now they are an institutional grade aggregator built for the next paradigm of on-chain trading. JIT routing is 0-to-1 mechanism that optimizes trade routes during transaction execution. Welcome to Solana's best execution. So I feel like DFlow for the longest time was running one of those like proprietary AMMs. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they also integrated with Jupyter with a lot of I think probably that Titan is going to use them. Like they're like an infrastructure piece that is found in a lot of things route through DFlow really. Yeah. So yeah, I think upgrading that system is a great idea.
Yeah.
They expect impact better realized prices and higher success rates, which is great. So they talk about the immediate benefits from JIT routing, lower realized slippage, higher transaction success rates, better execution quality. So all things that you want to have if you are a swap on chain. You need these things, especially for bigger amounts and bigger trades, it's a number that goes up all the time right now. So
just-in-time routing, JIT. Got it. So, see, I have read this multiple times in different places, but I have no idea what the heck it means. It's like, rather than forcing all the liquidity into a centralized order book, Solana DeFi is developing a unique market microstructure where many specialized AMM venues provide high-quality quotes. What the hell is a market microstructure? Do you know what that is?
I don't know what they mean.
Like I've heard people talk about this over and over and over again, and I've never had it explained to me in a way that just makes sense.
Yeah, Sovereigns is not a place where you will learn about the depths of DeFi and how it works.
So here's where I go ahead.
Yeah, but we want to talk more about the benefits and why this is important. I think this is for me the most exciting part, and I want people that know this shit by heart on the show and explain to me and to the audience how this actually works.
But one thing I'd like to say is that when we first started the show, I mean, definitely me, less so you, but like I did not understand how Solana really worked, like under the hood.
Yeah.
And I feel like you did understand it, but now I feel like your knowledge of how a validator works, especially now that you're running one, and like how the network works, even like we can explain Alpenglow intelligibly now.
Yep.
And like when the beginning of this podcast, when we started last year, like I think we're actively learning, like, well, and that's a good thing, over the last few months. And so like I'd like to get to a point where we can explain things like what the fuck is a market microstructure in intelligible language that like anybody could get, and they'd be like, oh, okay, so that's why this is interesting. But yeah, no, that's the only pushback I'd like to give, is that I think we're learning.
Yeah,
we're improving.
100%. And like this is, I also don't want to downplay this. It's a huge upgrade, I think, to the system.
Yeah.
Bringing new forms of routing intelligence on chains integral to DFlow's vision of building internet native market structure to power Solana's internet capital markets. So we need that.
We need to get Nitesh on here and get him to explain what the fuck is a market microstructure.
Yeah, or Ramsey, who's the DeFi growth lead from Solana Foundation.
Yes, yeah, we'll get Ramsey on.
He also commented, arguably one of the most important product updates in DeFi in the last 3 months. Convey. Like. Same. Pretty cool.
Yes, very, very cool. And then next up, we have some news from Solflare. Hackers and scammers abandon all hope. Master your own crypto destiny with the Solflare wallet. Exploring Solflare should be exciting, not stressful. That's why Solflare is built with safety at its core. You focus on opportunities and we'll handle the protections. Here's how. So imagine clicking on a fake airdrop NFT, and then Solflare will flag it before your funds get drained. Okay? Yeah.
That stuff is so important, by the way, for user experience on chain, because we're not, we've been around, right? So we kind of know a little bit about being safe on chain and not clicking on links, but new people, they just don't, if you're just using the internet as it was yesterday, and you come to crypto, you're fine. Like if you can't click on links, you can connect your wallet, you fuck around. Yeah. So I think the sentence Solana should be exciting, not stressful, is really, really good.
This seems like such a obvious thing to work on. I love this. Like, for example, Stripe, which is an internet payments processing company, has a product called Stripe Radar. And Radar allows them to detect fraudulent transactions from known scammers who are trying to buy stuff from your website. Maybe then they have a history of returning those items, but they don't really return the item, they just get the refund. And so that's how Stripe protects merchants, is they find people who do fraudulent payment transactions. Yeah. So Solflare is doing something similar. I feel like they need a name for this product. But
I mean, they have the Solflare guards, which is something they've launched since a while, and I think it's kind of part of that whole stack.
I see. I would say.
But
essentially what it seems like the user experience is like is that if you are about to sign a transaction to a address with a known history of scamming, or it's like the website is fraudulent, or it's an NFT that has been reported to have drained your wallet, they're going to give you that warning. Now, if you ultimately want to sign that transaction for whatever reason, sure, you can. But like they're going to give you a warning first. And it's going to continue to get better and better and better over time. So that's actually pretty neat. Yeah.
So they highlight this this kind of use case of clicking on a fake airdrop NFT here. But it's like you said, it's all parts of this Solflare guards system where they check every transaction before they actually sign it. So they call it scam sniffing algorithms that flag shady contracts and fake tokens. So you get warned. They have blacklists that will also trigger once they detect a smart contract or a wallet that you should interact with. And scam sites will be detected. And by the way, Solflare also has 20% support, so you can even get real humans that are there for you if you need anything. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to recover your funds if you get drained. That's just how crypto works. But they will, at least you have someone to talk to and to scream at.
I know it really doesn't matter, but I'm super curious to see what merch Solflare is going to bring to Singapore.
Oh, that matters a lot, bro.
They always, in the grand scheme of things, the safety that they provide to users and the user experience, but
that's what counts.
But they have really good merch.
I saw already a few pieces, and maybe you've seen it as well. On Instagram here, they posted some stuff. So they have really sick college jackets.
Yeah, but I feel like they might have some Singapore specific stuff we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, here. Or Breakpoint, I would have.
For here.
Oh, from here?
Yeah.
Maybe. Actually, Solflare is not super hard represented right now, I think, in token.
Yeah.
But they have a huge presence in Breakpoint.
Yeah. Breakpoint,
That's where I will expect a lot of drops that will be exciting.
Yeah.
All right, friends.
Next up, in our kind of product updates in the ecosystem, SNS has been fucking killing it. This quarter has been a period of intense growth. And so they've had over 100,000 signups, which is an all-time high for them. So, congratulations. You're doing an absolutely wonderful job. And it's not just, is the most humble builder that I've met.
It's
So she's never going to take credit for anything she does.
No.
But it is true, there's a killer team over at SNS. So it's Ohm and her merry band of bandits over at SNS. You guys are doing an absolutely wonderful job. So congratulations on over 116,000 registrations over the last quarter. That is a 500%, about a 450% jump in unique registrants, quarter over quarter. And secondary sales have also been, there have been some crazy sales this quarter. Like NYC.Sol, I think sold for about
20K.
Yeah, 20K. Just about, yeah.
Pretty good, man, like not gonna lie. And also, I think what will help them for the next quarter as well to be pretty successful. One of the things, there's going to be multiple things, but one of the things is that they are officially also now part of the MetaMask ecosystem. And MetaMask, I know for a fact, for a few reasons, that they are really doubling down in Q4 on Solana marketing. So I expect a lot of pushes on Solana, a lot of exposure on Solana. And MetaMask advertises in every corner .Sol. Because this makes sense as a wallet. You want to tell your users, use .Sol. Like you instead of copy pasting your puck, you need that integration as a wallet. MetaMask did it right away. They already talked about it on Twitter. So I think these numbers that we're looking at right now, they're going to be, for some of these reasons, pretty good looking forward as well.
Dude, it's kind of crazy, but they doubled the amount of secondary sales to over 10,000 domains.
Yeah.
It just in the last quarter.
I think the $1 domains worked really well.
Yeah, those did very, very well. But their revenue was not that impacted.
No, I mean, it went up. It went up as well. So that's why I said the $1 domains were actually genius. They managed to increase the secondary sales a lot with these $1 domains. Yeah. Even though I don't even know $1 domains were their primary sales, right? I guess.
Yeah, primary.
Right. So secondary is something. Right. That's not even the reason. So it's really impressive to look at these numbers.
Yeah. But as a business, SNS is very healthy, doing very well. And again, congratulations to Ohm and the entire team. And that's not the only piece of SNS news that we have. In Singapore, they're going to have an event with Super Team SG, Monkey DAO, and Jupiter Mobile, and it's called Solana Convergence. So, what the hell is Solana Convergence?
It's going down tomorrow night, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check my schedule.
I think it's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, actually. Yeah. True. Solana Convergence on Wednesday in Singapore. If you are in town and you listen to the live stream right now, or to the pod on Tuesday, Wednesday, then make sure to sign up on Luma for Solana Convergence, where you can expect a diverse mix of founders, investors, and community leaders to be present, and you can have some good chats with the people on site, and connect with the teams from SNS, from Super Team Singapore, and from PayDAO. Yeah. Shout out to Monkeys. They're always doing great events.
Yeah, there's so many monkeys in Singapore for this event. It's like kind of fucking crazy. And in addition to that, Flash Trade. Hi, Flash Trade. How you doing? Is introducing the Flash Margin Engine V2. Okay, what the fuck can you tell us about V2, my friend?
That's big. Like I said, this is the big news from the Flash Trade ecosystem right now that we definitely will cover more in the next weeks, because there's a shitload to talk about. For now, the most important pieces of this announcement are that we do have a new funding mechanism, an hourly peer-to-peer settlement that's gonna basically help to boost the LP profitability. So liquidity provider on Flash Trade, they swap USDC or SOL to FLP. FLP is similar to JLP from the Jupiter ecosystem, the liquidity provider token. From the Flash Trade ecosystem, right now you can buy into certain FLP pools, and these pools will then provide liquidity to certain markets. So FLP1 provides liquidity to SOL, Ethereum, BTC. Then you have FLP2, FLP3. Some of them provide liquidity to the Bong, and to the Pump, and to the WIF, and so on, perhaps on Flash Trade. But in future, with Margin Engine V2, you will not only have higher profitability with the implicit funding mechanism, but you will also have something called the FLU, which is the, how's it called? It is the flexible lock utilization. And this sounds very fancy, but all it does really is it helps you to put any collateral in a pool and then power any asset with that same pool. So you don't have FLP 1, 2, 3, 4. You will have one big pool of liquidity, and they will be able to utilize that same liquidity to, for example, use BTC, their pool, to back trading for BNB on Flash Trade.
That's crazy. How does it even fucking work?
No idea. So for this, we need Anas on the show again. Again, Sovereigns, we tell you what's happening and why it's happening, why it's exciting, what it does. Which is the most important piece of news. If you want to dive into it, then you need to check out these special episodes where we have the founders.
We'll tell you the what and the why, but the how you're going to need some more help there.
Because I don't want to say anything wrong here. So, but what I can tell you is that it's going to be pretty big, higher yields for LPs, improved capital efficiency, because the same liquidity can support more markets, creating more value for everyone and more trading pairs. So that's going to be huge as well. They're also overhauling the referral system to be more efficient and user friendly. So all referral rates will be paid out in USDC, not in FAF. And they were also airdropped previously in some other tokens sometimes, and it was not so efficient, a little bit confusing. So the new structure is very straightforward. You can collect rebates in a single stable currency directly from the UI for referrals. So for people that love flash trade like us, you should watch out as well, because so far we haven't really shared ref links yet. I think one of the reasons why I didn't really double down on it is because I want to introduce the product properly. I want to tell people why flash trade is cool. I want to help people to trade on flash trade as well, by showing them the UI and how it looks like. But yeah, actually, let's take a quick second, look at it real quick here. So right now, if we are here in the UI right now, and we are on the Earn tab, then you have like different pools where you can provide liquidity deposit. So this is like crypto pool, stable pool, DeFi pool, and so on. And over there, you get exposure to a certain set of tokens, right? So in crypto pool, you have exposure to Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum. But then in the future, you'll have pools that will basically cover everything. Even this pool, I think FLP2 is a stable pool that acts as counterparty to all forex and commodities. Also very interesting. I think that's also something they just launched. I haven't seen it around yet. I think that's a new pool. So because most people don't know that you can actually trade not only meme coins and BTC, ETH, and Sol, you can also trade gold. You can trade currencies on flash trade. You can crude oil. On chain without errors.
Crude oil?
Yeah. We can oil market right now. We can pop it out here in the 15-minute chart.
Flash trade is like a super interesting mix of assets. Like they have the precious metals, like obviously crude oil,
commodities,
commodities,
forex. You can trade the pound, the British pound here, the euro. So that's pretty cool. I have no idea how to trade oil, so I wouldn't really touch this with a stick right now. But looking at the chart, it looks pretty bullish actually. looks like we're going up on oil. You can basically put in $50 and open a 50x long on oil right now, which is pretty insane. I will do it. don't inside my head. Yep.
So that's it for today's Soul Brothers episode. Anything you want to close us out with?
Yes, sir. If you like the Soul Brothers, then stick around. Come to our live streams and subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitter, and check out our journey, because like I said, we're going places. Guys, stay safe out there. To stay safe, best use Solflare, because they have good safety tech integrated. Shout out to all our friends and partners, and shout out to all the super team people, because we love and thank you so much for helping us to set up these live streams with literally super team Balkan camera equipment in the super team Singapore/Sanctum office spaces. So we're all a big family. If you're not building on Solana yet, you should probably connect with your local super team chapter, or just reach out to the Soul Brothers, because we can also help to find a job for you. And we'll see you at the next one. Thank you so much.
See ya.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.